I'm Jason from Fuzzlord Effects, and today in this video we're going to be checking out one of the most legendary pedals in doom metal music, the Proco Rat Distortion. We're going to check out what the pedal sounds like, we're going to talk about what makes the circuit so unique, but before we get started, drop a comment below if you got a favorite band or musician that uses a Rat pedal. If you're in a band and use a Rat, drop a link so everybody can check out what it sounds like in a mix. And be sure you subscribe to the Fuzzlord Effects YouTube channel so you don't miss out on the weekly videos that we put out. So the Rat Distortion has three controls: volume, filter, and distortion. Let's start off this video by checking out how the filter control works and the overall EQ of the Rat. Let's take a look at the EQ curve of the Proco Rat. Right now we're looking at the test signal that we're running into the pedal, and when we turn the pedal on, we can see that the Rat gives a really big mid boost centered at about 2K that is very wide. With the filter control all the way counterclockwise, it isn't cutting off much high end frequencies, but as we start rolling the filter clockwise, it's taking high frequencies and shunting them to ground. At its extreme, as we keep going, it cuts off high frequencies and it goes all the way down to below 1000 hertz, and it just makes it really dark sounding. As we increase the distortion control on the Rat, it starts adding in more low end, which is why they tend to sound like a little flubby when we're turning the distortion all the way up. They kind of sound a little blown out sounding, or the signal tends to sound like it's sagging a little bit. It's because when we turn up that distortion control, we're getting a lot more bass. If we turn up the volume control, we get even more top end boost that goes along with those mids. And that's the overall EQ curve of the Proco Rat. At the heart of the Rat is a high gain op amp that's set up to boost the low end and the mids. It amplifies the guitar signal before running it into a set of hard clipping diodes, which cut off the tops and the bottoms of the signal, and it provides us with the distortion tone that is the Rat. On the O-scope screen right now, we're looking at a clean test signal we're running into the pedal. As we turn it on, we can see we get a big volume boost, and it starts to clip the tops and the bottoms of the signal. When we turn up the distortion control, we're amplifying the guitar signal running into the hard clipping diodes, and we can see that they eventually start to clip, and the more we turn it up, the more they clip, and they eventually turn into a square wave, and this is what is providing the distortion in the Rat pedal. question that I see come up often is the old LM308 chip versus the more modern OP07 op amp used in the rats. The 308 chip had a pretty low slew rate, and what slew rate means is how fast the output of the op amp can track the input. Translate that to normal talk, how much high end it can reproduce. So high end signals are very fast. The 308 cuts off just a little bit of high end compared to the more modern OP07. On paper, these things are important, but I think that most of these things happen beyond our hearing range. So the OP07 was made to replace the 308. Sometimes I think of it like if you walked onto a car lot and you had your choice between a 2022 Mustang and something from 1969. I'd probably go with the 2022 because they've made a few improvements on the performance of the car, just like the chip. Let's check out a clip from Steve Reese over at Does It Doom, where he put an OP07 and a 308 rat side by side. If you can hear a difference, drop a comment below. There's been a bunch of great modern takes on the rat. One of my favorites is the Drone Master from Fuzzlord Effects. If you want to hear a demo, there's a full demo on the YouTube channel. But right now we're going to check out a few different pedals from Eric Merrow. He made a video where he did a rat shootout, took about 13 different rats and put them side by side. We're going to check out a couple of them. If you want to hear the full video, check the link in the description. I'm Jason from Fuzzlord Effects, and I really appreciate you watching this video about the Proco rat distortion. Drop a comment below if you got a favorite band or musician, or if you use a rat. I'm also curious to know where you're watching from. And be sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the weekly videos that we put out. I want to give a big thank you to all of the Patreon supporters whose names we're running on the screen right now. These are all the folks that help make this YouTube channel possible. I want to give a big special thank you to our producer supporter, Vayu Slavic, as well as Illuminati Guitars, Eastwood Guitars, Dunable Guitars, and Obscura MFG. I'll talk to you in the comments, and I'll see you in next week's video.